Yun Feiyang, who was ordinary and unremarkable, originally wanted to be a playboy and a carefree young master for his whole life. However, he did not expect his ancestor to fall and he was appointed as the clan leader. Watching the family in peril, Yun Feiyang was about to cry and shed tears when the invincible clan leader system was activated. The realm of a clan member is the realm of a clan leader. The stronger the clan member, the stronger the clan leader. With a system of billions of spirit stones as compensation, Yun Feiyang began the path of building an imperial-level family. Ningdao, fight against thousands of tribes, I am the invincible clan leader. Chapter 1. Late System. Compensating billions of spirit stones. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Feiyang, after I leave, you will be the head of the Yun family, and the family will be entrusted to you. The four major families' determination to defeat our Yun family is not enough, so I will take my clan members out of Yancheng and go to Falling Star Town. A white-haired old man, clutching Yun Feiyang's hands tightly, struggled to utter his dying words, and then passed away. Ancestor. How will our Yun family live in the future once you leave? The members of the Yun family watched as their ancestor passed away in despair, with a sorrowful expression on their faces and crying loudly. Yun Feiyang let out a heavy sigh. The deceased old man was named Yun Shaohai, the ancestor and pillar of the Yun family. A powerful Xuanwu realm warrior. There are a total of 11 cultivation realms, which are quenching body, gathering qi, transformation, Lingwu, Yuanwu, Xuanwu, Diwu, Tianwu, Wuhuang, Wudi, and the ethereal realm of Wushan. The Yun family is a relatively small family, and their children are living a relatively prosperous life. Over the years, it is precisely because of the existence of Yun Shaohai that the Yun family has been able to establish a foothold in Yancheng. But now, as the Yun Shao sea sets in the evening, the Yun family has no longer any pillars. Although Yun Feiyang became the new clan leader, he couldn't be happy at all because leaving his Yun family was a mess. The ancestor of the Yun family, Yun Shaohai, is a prominent figure. It is rumored that he once stormed into the heavenly martial realm, but due to some reasons, he fell back to the Xuanwu realm. This is why he settled in the Flame City, spreading his branches and leaves. He hopes that future generations can have some talented talents. Place hope on future generations and grandchildren. The descendants of the Kuyun family are not up to par. For over 200 years, dozens of generations of children have not given birth to a single genius offspring. The highest cultivation is only in the Yuanwu realm. The system, if you don't appear again, the Yun family will be ruined, murmured Yun Feiyang in his heart. Yun Feiyang has a secret in his heart. He is a traveler. A mournful traveler. He has no earth-shattering cultivation talent, no grandfather, no system, and no immortal physique. Traveling through more than 20 years, mediocre and without any action. After more than 10 years of cultivation, I have not even reached the state of transforming into the mortal realm, only in the later stage of gathering qi. The only good news is that he has a good father and a powerful ancestor who holds a high position in the Yun family. He is the young master of the Yun family, and with this identity, he can be considered to have a very prosperous life. He is a famous playboy in the Flame City. If Yun Shaohai were alive, he could always be a playboy. But now Yun Shaohai is dead. The heavy responsibility of the Yun family lies on his shoulders. Over the years, although Yun Feiyang doesn't have much talent for cultivation, he still has some understanding of the situation in Yancheng. Yancheng has 5 major families. The Shao family, the Yi family, the Chen family, the Lu family, and the Yun family. The reason why these 5 major families are the 5 major families in Yancheng is because there are powerful individuals from the Xuanwu realm sitting in their respective families. No matter how the 5 major families fight on a daily basis, as long as there are strong members of the Xuanwu realm sitting in the clan, they are always polite on the surface. However, if one family loses the Xuanwu realm powerhouse, the other families will tear their faces apart and attack in groups. In Yancheng, without the presence of powerful Xuanwu realms, one is not qualified to be on an equal footing with several major families. The Yun family is currently facing such a crisis. Once the news of Yun Xiaohai's fall is leaked, the four major families will attack the Yun family like hungry wolves, rushing forward to eat the Yun family. So, only before Yun Xiaohai falls, will Yun Feiyang lead his tribe to leave the Flame City. It seems that we can only leave Yancheng. Staying in Yancheng will only be a dead end. Yun Feiyang pondered for a long time, made a decision, and informed his tribe to pack up and leave the Flame City. The members of the Yun family are also aware of the situation of the Yun family, and there are not many voices opposing Yun Feiyang's decision. The family realm value system has been activated. Bind host. Cloud flying. Bind family. Cloud family. At this moment, a series of voices suddenly rang out in Yun Feiyang's mind. System. Yun Feiyang felt ecstatic in his heart. Due to a system malfunction, the activation was delayed for 23 years and a delay compensation gift package is hereby issued. Congratulations to the host for receiving the delay compensation package. Do you want to activate it? Yun Feiyang quickly confirmed, open. Open the delay compensation gift package. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the following items. Billions of spirit stones. 10,000 times more understanding. Imperial level skill. 5 elements transforming heaven technique. Family guardian beast. 6th order fierce beast tears the sky black dog. Ultra rare reward. Heart of martial god. Note. 10 billion spirit stones need to be spent within a specified time. If not spent, they will be reclaimed by the system. After spending them all, critical strike rewards will be triggered, resulting in an additional 20 billion spirit stones. Time limit for billions of spirit stones. 5 years watching a series of compensations, Yun Feiyang's gloom swept away in his heart. Billions of spirit stones. This is not a small amount. It should be noted that the Yun family has accumulated hundreds of years, and the total sum of their wealth is less than 10 million spirit stones. With billions of spirit stones, why worry that the family cannot rise? And if you spend it all within 5 years, you can still get another 20 billion spirit stones. 10,000 times his understanding means that his future cultivation of martial arts will be accelerated 10,000 times. A martial arts that takes several years or even more to fully comprehend can be achieved in just a few days for him. The imperial level martial arts are also extremely rare and precious. There are a total of 6 levels of martial arts in this world. Spiritual level, mystical level, earth level, heavenly level, imperial level, and imperial level. In the Yun family, the highest level martial arts is only a prefecture level martial arts. Heavenly level cultivation, worth millions of spirit stones, is not enough for the Yun family to sell all their property in order to obtain a heavenly level cultivation. And the imperial level martial arts, are difficult to buy even with many spiritual stones, and are not circulated in the outside world. They only exist in major holy sites, imperial dynasties, and aristocratic families, and only core disciples can cultivate them. The tearing sky black dog is an extremely rare ferocious beast. Before reaching adulthood, it looks no different from an ordinary big black dog in appearance, but unlike an ordinary big black dog, the tearing sky black dog is born as a 3rd order ferocious beast and can naturally grow to the 7th level, which is the martial realm of the human race. If the bloodline is strong enough, cultivation in the day after tomorrow can break through to the 8th level. On par with the powerful heavenly martial realm of the human race. Heart of martial god. A steadfast heart of the great way helps to open up the path. Open up the avenue. Watching these compensations, Yun Fei's lips involuntarily curled up. Subsequently, he examined the role of the family realm value system. Family realm value system. This system quantifies the realm of the clan members, allowing the host to improve their realm without the need for cultivation. The stronger the clan members, the stronger the host's strength, and there is no bottleneck to break through. Yun Feiyang looked at the introduction of the family realm value system and felt it was very mysterious. Integrating the realm of the clan members into the clan leader's body, the clan leader can lead the clan to become stronger after becoming stronger, and the clan leader's strength becomes stronger after becoming stronger. It can be said to be a perfect cycle. The family has become a whole. The system has detected that there are 5 people from the Yun family who have reached the Yuan Wu realm, namely the early stage of Yuan Wu realm, the early stage of Yuan Wu realm, the middle stage of Yuan Wu realm, the late stage of Yuan Wu realm. 10 people have been detected in the Lingwu realm, including pre-Lingwu realm, pre-Lingwu realm, pre-Lingwu realm, mid-Lingwu realm, mid-Lingwu realm, and several other realms. The sum of the clan members' realm values is over 1.3 million, and the clan leader's realm has been elevated to the early stage of the Xuanwu realm. As the system's words fell, Yun Feiyang suddenly felt a surge in energy inside his body. From the later stage of the original Qi gathering realm, he crossed 3 major realms. The transformation realm, the spiritual martial realm, and the elemental martial realm, and leaped into the early stage of the Xuanwu realm. This breakthrough speed can only be described as terrifying. The system has set boundary values for each realm. Taking the first realm of quenching as an example, in the early stage of quenching, it is a 10-point boundary value, in the middle stage of quenching, it is a 20-point boundary value, and in the later stage of quenching, it is a 30-point boundary value. If the quenching is complete, it is a 50-point boundary value. Crossing a realm and increasing the value by 10 times, for example, in the gathering Qi realm behind the quenching body realm, the initial value is 100, in the transforming mortal realm it is 1000, in the Lingwu realm it is 10,000. Similarly, the Xuanwu realm is 1 million. What is the sum of the clan's realm values? Yun Feiyang can instantly elevate to the corresponding realm. At present, the total realm value of the Yun family members is over 1.3 million. Yun Feiyang is in the early stage of the Xuanwu realm, and once the realm value reaches 2 million, it can reach the middle stage of the Xuanwu realm. From now on, all you need to do is urge the clan members to practice, murmured Yun Feiyang in his heart. The faster a clan's realm improves, the faster their strength also improves. Patriarchy is here to visit. At this moment, a guard hurriedly ran to Yun Feiyang and reported. The cloud flew up and snorted coldly. The news spread fast enough. It seems that the 4 big families have planted eyeliner in their families. No need to think about it, Yun Feiyang knew that news of the fall of the Yun family ancestor must have spread. The head of the Yi family visited the Yun family at this time, most likely to inquire about the real and virtual. Let him wait in the living room, and our clan leader will follow him, said Yun Feiyang. Clan leader, when you see Yi clan leader later, don't show any signs of sadness. Don't let Yi Xiong know about our ancestors' affairs, an old man reminded. This old man is the elder of the Yun family and has a considerable reputation within the clan. Yes, clan leader. If we let the Yi family confirm this news, the 4 major families will definitely take action against our family. We should first deceive the Yi family leader and then leave the Flame City overnight, said another elder. The elders have lived for most of their lives, they are all human spirits, and they all know the urgency of the situation. Yun Feiyang looked at the elders with a slightly raised corner of his mouth and a mysterious smile, saying, Elders, please rest assured that I have a plan in mind. At the same time, a crisp sound echoed in Yun Feiyang's mind. Ding! Family crisis detected, system task released. Task content. Overcome the family crisis and dominate the Flame City. Task reward. 10 times the cultivation field. Chapter 2. Chief, are you confused? You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Yun family is staying in the living room. Yi Xiong, the head of the Yi family, was waiting in the living room, showing a sense of urgency. Just now, he received astonishing news. The great limit of Yun Shaohai, the ancestor of the Yun family, has arrived, and his soul has returned to Jiuyou. The fall of Yun Shaoxi has a great impact on Yancheng. Originally, Yancheng had 6 major families, and one of them, the Xuanwu realm powerhouse, unfortunately fell during an outing. Soon, Yancheng experienced a reshuffle. The 6 major families have become 5. Nowadays, the fall of Yun Shaoxi also means that Yancheng is facing a new round of reshuffle. Everyone knows that the Yun family only has Yun Shaohai, a strong member of the Xuanwu realm. Without Yun Shaohai, the Yun family is just a second-rate family. If it were just a second-rate family, the 4 major families would not covet it. But falling from a first-class family to a second-rate family means that a second-rate family holds treasures that do not match their own strength, which will naturally attract various forces to covet. Chief Yi, long wait. Just as Yi Xiong was planning how to divide up the Yun family in his mind, a voice rang in his ear. Yi Xiong glanced at him. I saw Yun Feiyang and a group of elders enter the waiting room, and then Yun Feiyang sat directly on the main seat. Yun Feiyang. Yi Xiong looked at Yun Feiyang sitting on the main seat with a strange expression. Yi clan leader, Feiyang is the new clan leader of our Yun family. An elder saw Yi Xiong's confusion and explained. Yun Feiyang opened the door and said to the mountain, Chief Yi is a very busy person. He goes to the 3 treasures hall for everything. Feel free to speak up if you have any questions. Upon hearing Yun Feiyang's straightforward opening, Yi Xiong was somewhat at a loss. Shouldn't we just say a few polite words first? Yi Xiong remained silent for a moment before saying, I heard from others that Mr. Yun is in danger and I am sending him some treasures. I hope they can come in handy and help Mr. Yun overcome the difficulties. As Yi Xiong spoke, he took out several exquisite wooden boxes. As soon as the boxes were taken out, a medicinal aroma filled the hall. Seeing Yi Xiong take out these things, all the elders of the Yun family were very nervous, afraid that Yun Feiyang might not respond properly. No need. Yun Feiyang waved his hand decisively. The elders of the Cloud family breathed a sigh of relief when they saw Yun Feiyang's decisive refusal. At this moment, the more calm, composed, and decisive Yun Feiyang appeared, the more advantageous it was for the Yun family. If he shows hesitation and nervousness, Yi Xiong can tell at a glance. The fact that the ancestor of the Yun family fell cannot be concealed, but at present, it is necessary to delay as much time as possible to make the 4 major families suspicious and buy enough time for the Yun family to leave Yancheng. However, Yun Feiyang's next sentence left them stunned. My ancestors have passed away and will soon hold a funeral. These things are not needed anymore, so Chief Yi should take them back, Yun Feiyang said. Upon hearing these words, the elders of the Yun family were confused, and Yi Xiong was also confused. Is this something that can be said casually? Clan leader, you're confused. Our ancestors are living well. How can we talk nonsense? An elder of the Yun family quickly said. Third elder. Yun Feiyang waved his hand at third elder and said, there's nothing to hide about this. As you can see, Yi clan leader has so many treasures and is concerned about the safety of our Yun family. How can we lie to Yi clan leader? Clan leader, you. Upon hearing these words, the 3 elders couldn't help but feel angry. Is Yi ambitious the safety of the Yun family? He was a weasel bidding New Year to the chicken. The elders of the Yun family couldn't help but sigh. Yun Feiyang is finally young and doesn't understand the cruelty of the jungle in this world. At this moment, Yi Xiong's heart was overjoyed, but his face showed a sense of sadness. He looked at Yun Feiyang and then at the elders of the Yun family, saying, I didn't expect that Yun has already. Alas, Yun clan leader, all the elders. Death cannot be resurrected. Please be on your side. If there is anything useful for our Yi family, just speak up. Captain Ye's kindness is well received by the Yun family, Yun Feiyang said. The two of them chatted a few more words before Yi Xiong left the Yun family. After Yi Xiong left, the elders of the Yun family looked at Yun Feiyang with a look of hatred towards him. They also don't know why the ancestor appointed Yun Feiyang as the clan leader before his death. Although Yun Feiyang's father is the clan leader, his father mysteriously disappeared 5 years ago. Since then, the position of the clan leader has been vacant, and family affairs are taken over by the elders. Although it is reasonable for Yun Feiyang to inherit the position of clan leader, the current situation makes it too childish to let Yun Feiyang become the clan leader. It's too late to transfer everything, let's arrange for the younger members of the clan to leave the Flame City overnight. We can leave as many as we can, no matter what, the family cannot be left behind, said the elder in a deep voice. Nowadays, they no longer hold any hope for Yun Feiyang and have not discussed it directly with him. Yun Feiyang said, leaving Yancheng. Why do you want to leave Yancheng? Yancheng was conquered by our ancestors, and as descendants, we should hold on and promote it. Show. What show? Feiyang, you're too naive. Do you know that Yi Xiong is a ruthless person who doesn't even spit out bones when eating people? He doesn't care about the Yun family. He clearly wants to eat the Yun family raw, said the elder excitedly. Yun Feiyang chuckled and said, of course I know Yi Xiong's heart. Do you know? Do you still say that? The elders were taken aback when they heard this. Elders, please rest assured that my ancestors have entrusted the family to me, and I will take responsibility for the safety of the family. Yun Feiyang said confidently. Responsible. Thousands of lives from top to bottom in the family, what do you take responsibility for, said the elder angrily. Faced with the questioning of the elder, Yun Feiyang also lost patience and directly took out a token, saying, the order of the clan leader is here. In the future, all family affairs will be decided by the clan leader. What? Are you going to violate the ancestral teachings? When the elders saw the clan chief's order, they had to shut their mouths. The urgent task at present is to let our ancestors settle down and hold their funeral in 3 days. You should prepare for this, Yun Feiyang instructed. Although the elders were unwilling, they had to comply. In 3 days' time, it's probably not just the ancestors' funeral, but also the entire Yun family's funeral. An elder sighed. After leaving the Yun family, Yi Xiong hurried back to the Yi family and held an emergency meeting. In the conference hall. Clan leader, is the news from the Yun family true? A parent Yi kept asking. Yi Xiong said, if the new head of the Yun family admits it personally, there shouldn't be any falsehood. Is it possible that the head of the Yun family is deceiving us? Said the elder of the Yi family with a cautious expression on his face. After all, this matter sounds too unbelievable. If Yun Xiaohai really has some major issues, the Yun family should try their best to conceal them. How could they admit it themselves? In the eyes of Elder Yi, this is highly likely to be the strategy of the Yun family. Cheating us. Yi Xiong couldn't help but smile upon hearing this. Elder, do you know who the new clan leader of the Yun family is? It's Yun Feiyang, that kid who is too young and admitted this matter himself. He not only admitted this matter, but also said he would hold a funeral. You didn't see how ugly the elders of the Yun family looked when Yun Feiyang mentioned this. What? The Yun family surprisingly asked Yun Feiyang to take over the position of clan leader. What kind of operation is this? Is it like treating a child as a family member? The elders of the Yi family were all puzzled when they heard Yi Xiong's words. Yun Xiaohai, who has been wise for a lifetime, is ultimately an old fool. Even if Yun Feiyang is the son of Yun Chen, he shouldn't be such a child, said Yi Xiong. Yun Chen is the father of Yun Feiyang. In the past few hundred years of the Yun family, Yun Chen has emerged as a genius. Yun Xiaohai has invested too much in him, but to his surprise, a person has disappeared. Making Yun Feiyang the clan leader is also a love for his family. This further indicates that the Yun family's situation has passed. For our Yi family, it's an excellent opportunity. Everyone prepare, at Yun Xiaohai's funeral, we need to prepare a big gift for the Yun family. The corner of Yi Xiong's mouth slightly raised, with a hint of cruelty in his eyes. Chapter 3. Funeral. The Four Arrogant Families. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the same time, the Yun family also made this matter public and informed the entire city that a funeral would be held in 3 days. As soon as this news spread, the whole city immediately became a sensation. Everyone knows that Yun Xiaohai, the ancestor of the Yun family, is one of the 5 powerful Xuanwu realms in Yancheng and a direct influence on the power structure of Yancheng. Moreover, hundreds of years ago, when Yun Xiaohai first came to Yancheng, he had already formed alliances with the 4 major families. Now, the fall of Yun Xiaoxi is bound to trigger a major earthquake in Yancheng. But what puzzled everyone was that the news of the fall of Yun Xiaohai not only kept the Yun family from mourning, but also made it public and spread widely. Isn't this giving the 4 major families an opportunity? In this world of the jungle, there are few who give charcoal in the snow, but many who fall into the well and throw stones. Immediately after, everyone learned the news that Yun Feiyang had become the new clan leader of the Yun family, and they understood. The Yun family is really imaginative. How could Yun Feiyang, this playboy, be the head of the family? What other advantages does Yun Feiyang have besides having a handsome face? Who makes Yun Feiyang have a good father? Yun Feiyang's position in the Yun family is truly thanks to his father, but unfortunately, his father Yun Chen disappeared before he could shine brightly. There has been no news for so many years, and I think he died outside. Yun Feiyang may also become the desperate clan leader of the Yun family. That's for sure. None of the 4 major families can hold their farts. Let's wait and see. Either at the funeral, or at the latest after the funeral, the 4 major families will show their fierce fangs towards the Yun family. There is no absolute thing. I think there is some conspiracy behind the Yun family's move. Conspiracy. If the Yun family loses the Xuanwu realm powerhouse, they will lose the capital to compete with the 4 major families. In the face of strength, any conspiracies and schemes are useless. In the scorching city, streets and alleys, restaurants and tea houses, almost everyone is discussing this matter. The 4 major families also take frequent actions. And in the Yun family. At this moment, the clouds were flying high, and I sat calmly in my study, making some plans. The entire Yancheng is discussing the Yun family and the 4 major families, and the 4 major families are also plotting to deal with the Yun family, but Yun Feiyang himself has not taken the 4 major families to heart. The plan he formulated is how to strengthen the Yun family and cultivate their children, which is the top priority in his eyes. After all, the overall strength of the Yun family is his own strength. The stronger the Yun family, the stronger their strength. What else is more important than this? Now he holds billions of spirit stones in his hand, and his plan is to use this spirit stone. Cloud Sky Plan. Once the funeral is over, it will be implemented immediately. 3 days later. Yun Xiaohai's funeral was held as scheduled. The entire Yun family was covered with white cloth everywhere, and from a distance, one could hear the cries of grief. On this day, the sky was gloomy. The sky is shrouded in dark clouds, as if indicating that the wind and clouds of Yancheng are about to rise. The atmosphere around the Yun family is also very oppressive. The gloomy weather, coupled with the mournful cries of the Yun family, makes people feel extremely dull. The Xiao family has grown up. The Chen family has grown up. The Yi family has grown so long. The Lu family has grown up. The 4 major families came to the Yun family as if they had agreed. Moreover, they have brought many powerful members of the clan, which can be described as coming with great force, and it doesn't seem like they are coming to offer condolences at all. It seems that the Yun family is facing a great crisis. It's all because of Yun Feiyang, this dandy. If we don't mourn secretly, we can still buy some time. It's better now to hold a grand funeral, afraid that the four major families won't know about the fall of the Yun family ancestor, right? Outside the Yun family mansion, more and more people are gathered to eat melons. Yun family, Ling Tang. The chiefs of the four major families walked into the morning hall side by side, their faces full of arrogance, clearly not coming to offer condolences. This old thing has finally died. The first person to speak up was Xiao Zhanfeng, the head of the Xiao family. Hundreds of years ago, when Yun Xiaohai first came to Yancheng, he had a grudge against the four major families, among which the grudge against the Xiao family was the deepest. At that time, the Xiao family was the leader of the four major families. Faced with Yun Xiaohai's foothold and expansion in Yancheng, the Xiao family was also the first to challenge the Yun family, intending to drive Yun Xiaohai out of Yancheng. As a result, the elder of the Xiao family at that time died in the hands of Yun Xiaohai due to his excessive arrogance. The enmity between the two families is now settled. Xiao Zhanfeng's outspokenness was also expected by everyone. The four major families came to the Yun family to make trouble, how could they be polite? The elder of the Yun family, as well as the strong members of the clan, are all ready to fight to the death. Xiao Zhanfeng, this is the spirit hall, I can't help you being reckless. At this moment, Yun Feiyang let out a sharp shout. Yun Feiyang, do you have the right to speak here too? Xiao Zhanfeng looked at Yun Feiyang with a contemptuous expression on his face. Brother Xiao, you can't say that. If it weren't for Yun Feiyang, how could we have this good opportunity? Yi Xiong, the head of the Yi family, smiled beside him. We have to thank Feiyang well. How can we not let him speak? However, the smile was full of mockery. Ha ha ha. As Yi Xiong's words fell, the four of them burst into laughter. Several elders of the Yun family looked at the four extremely arrogant people, all burning with anger. You are really deceiving people too much. The elder couldn't bear it anymore and directly drew his sword and rushed over. Humph, looking for death. Upon seeing this, Xiao Zhanfeng dodged the blow with a slight dodge, and then kicked the elder to the ground. The great elder was in the later stage of the Yuan Wu realm, and Xiao Zhanfeng reached the perfect stage of the Yuan Wu realm. Moreover, at this age, he was at his peak, with a magnificent power of qi and blood that was far beyond the comparison of the great elder. The later stage of Yuan Wu realm and Yuan Wu realm were perfect. Although there was only a small gap, there was a huge difference in strength. Just like the realm values set by the system, taking the Yuan Wu realm as an example, the realm values in the early, middle, and late stages are 100,000, 200,000, and 300,000 respectively. The difference between each small realm is only 100,000, while the perfect realm is 500,000. That is to say, the gap between the later stage of Yuan Wu realm and the completion of Yuan Wu realm is like facing the later stage of Yuan Wu realm in the early stage. How can this be overcome? Seeing the elder being crushed, the chiefs of the other three families couldn't help but sneer. The Yun family, who lost Yun Xiaohai, is truly vulnerable. Are you an old man who likes to stand out so much at your age? Since that's the case, let's send you to see your ancestor first, so that your ancestor won't be alone below. The killing intent in Xiao Zhanfeng's eyes was undisguised as he walked towards the elder, intending to take his life. At this moment, woo! A sudden barking of the dog echoed in everyone's ears. Immediately after, Xiao Zhanfeng saw a big black dog rushing towards him. Xiao Zhanfeng didn't care, he just found it ridiculous. At the same time, it is also lamentable that the Yun family is really not good anymore. Such a big family, there is even a watchdog. The four major families are all tamed ferocious beasts guarding the door. It's just a dog, with its perfect strength in the Yuan Wu realm, it can be destroyed with just a flick of its finger. He waved his arm casually. I saw the black dog biting into Xiao Zhanfeng's arm. Click. Everyone only heard the sound of bones breaking, followed by the screams of Xiao Zhanfeng. Ah! Chapter 4. 3 knots, cloud and sky plan. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Outside the Yun family mansion. This seems to be the voice of the Shao family leader, isn't it, here to smash the scene? Why are you still crying and howling? You're still crying so hard. Chief Shao's acting skills are also amazing. It seems that the 4 major families still have some mercy and did not choose to cause trouble at the funeral. The screams of Xiao Zhanfeng were clearly heard outside, causing great confusion among the onlookers. In the Lingtang. The black dog bit fiercely on Xiao Zhanfeng's arm, and he couldn't break free. He made a decisive decision and cut off his own arm. He looked at the big black dog in front of him with a face full of fear, unable to understand why a black dog could be so strong. Seeing this sudden scene, people from the 4 major families, as well as those from the Yun family, were all stunned. You should know that Xiao Zhanfeng is a perfect realm in the Yuanwu realm. Even the elder of the Yun family is not a match for Xiao Zhanfeng. Looking at the entire Flame City, except for the Xuanwu realm ancestors of various families, who dares to say that they can defeat Xiao Zhanfeng? But right now, this black dog, it's not reasonable. Today is my ancestor's funeral, and I don't want to disturb his family's cleanliness. You guys, kneel in front of the spirit, kowtow 3 times, and then get out of the Yun family. Yun Feiyang, dressed in filial piety, looked cold and said in a deep voice. The tearing sky black dog was by his side, happily wagging its tail. Let's start with you, Chief Shao. Yun Feiyang cast his gaze on Xiao Zhanfeng. Wang. The tearing sky black dog growled low at Xiao Zhanfeng. Xiao Zhanfeng suddenly trembled all over. The arrogant aura he had previously faced when facing Yun Feiyang had disappeared completely, and all he had was fear. It is said that hitting a dog also depends on the owner, but now hitting the owner depends on the dog. He quickly knelt in front of his spirit and kowtowed 3 times. As he stood up, Yun Feiyang said, I was talking about banging your head. Did everyone hear the sound? Everyone in the Yun family shook their heads. Upon hearing this, Xiao Zhanfeng couldn't help but glare angrily and said, Yun Feiyang, don't go too far. My Xiao family is not easy to provoke either. Wu. Yun Feiyang didn't speak, but in response, he was still a tearing black dog. Upon hearing this sound, Xiao Zhanfeng knelt down with a thud and then slammed his head 3 times, causing blood to overflow from his forehead. Next, Chief Yi. Yun Feiyang looked at Yi Xiong again. Yi Xiong didn't want to kneel, but seeing Xiao Zhanfeng's appearance, he still knelt down and banged his head 3 times. Chief Lu, it's your turn. Chief Chen, don't be stunned. Why, don't you want to kowtow? Do you need my help? So, the chiefs of the 4 major families took turns kowtowing 3 times in front of Yun Xiaohai's spirit, and their foreheads were all scratched. After kowtowing, they wanted to leave. Today, for the sake of my ancestor's funeral, I didn't have a big fight with you, but it doesn't mean that this matter has come to an end. All 4 clan leaders, go back and prepare well. Yancheng, the weather is going to change. Yun Feiyang is still so straightforward. When the 4 major families left, it was fortunate to remind them. The 4 major families left the Yun family in embarrassment. This scene fell into the eyes of the onlookers. Oh my goodness, what did I see? Why did all 4 clan chiefs' foreheads break? They couldn't have kowtowed, could they? The 4 major families really come to offer condolences. Even if they come to offer condolences, there's no need to knock their heads open, right? Those who don't know think the 4 major families have such a good relationship with the ancestors of the Yun family. Is Chief Shao injured? With his perfect level of Yuanwu realm, who else in the Yun family is his opponent? What exactly happened inside? Is there really fraud? At first, everyone felt that the 4 major families were definitely here to start a business. No one could have imagined that this funeral would result in such a situation. The Yun family had nothing to do, but the heads of the four major families were all knocked out. But people outside cannot see the scene inside and do not know what exactly happened inside. They can only discuss and speculate privately, and opinions are diverse. Yun family, Ling Tang. Clan leader. The elder looked at Yun Feiyang and then at the black dog next to him, with a puzzled expression and a hesitant expression. Yun Feiyang said, "Let our ancestors settle down first." The elder nodded. After resolving the troubles of the four major families, the funeral proceeded as usual and proceeded smoothly. After the funeral, Yun Feiyang held a national meeting to prepare for the implementation of the Cloud Plan. The vast Yun family martial arts arena is where the members of the Yun family gather. Yun Feiyang stood on a high platform, with the tearing sky black dog lying at his feet. Below, several elders stand side by side in the first column. The elder took a step forward and arched his hand, saying, "Chief, all the people who can come have arrived, totaling 275 people. After more than 200 years of development in Yancheng, the Yun family has gone through several generations, and to this day, there are more than 2,000 members of the Yun family." Yun Feiyang nodded slightly. "Since that's the case, let's start." Clan leader. The elder suddenly half knelt down and said, "There is something we must tell you." After yesterday's confrontation with the four major clan leaders in the Ling Tang, the elder has also made a huge change in his view of Yun Feiyang, the new clan leader. He originally thought that Yun Feiyang was too young and inexperienced in the world, putting the family in danger. However, he did not expect it to be intentional, causing the four major families to lose face. Although the elder and others did not understand the origin of the black dog, after this incident, they have already recognized Yun Feiyang's identity as the clan leader. Unlike before, relying on one's own elder identity, one's words towards Yun Feiyang were both positive and negative. After the elder knelt down, the other elders also knelt down together. Yun Feiyang saw the situation and slightly raised the corner of his mouth, saying, "What the elder said was about sending the children of his clan out of Yancheng overnight, right?" Upon hearing what Yun Feiyang said, several elders looked at him with surprised expressions on their faces. Surprisingly, the clan leader also knew about this matter. For a moment, several elders felt that Yun Feiyang was extremely unfamiliar and not the playboy they had imagined. Clan leader. Please punish the clan leader. The elder opened his mouth and didn't know how to respond. Please punish the clan leader. The other elders also spoke in unison. Yun Feiyang looked at the elder and said, "You elders are doing this to inherit the incense of the Yun family. If we punish you for this, as the clan leader, it would be too disorganized. But I hope all elders understand the truth. A family can only have one voice to unite, and only in this way can they exert their maximum strength. I don't want to see such things happen again. This time, it's okay. If there is a second time, it will be considered betraying the family." The voice of Yun Feiyang is not loud, but the words are strong and powerful. The elder and others heard it in their ears, only feeling it explode like thunder. I will definitely give up my loyalty to the clan leader in the future. Whatever the clan leader says, there will be no disagreement. The elders immediately spoke in a low voice. Yun Feiyang nodded slightly. What he wanted was this kind of effect. The big elder and others showed loyalty in front of everyone's eyes, which was both an example and a deterrent for the Yun family members. Let's all get up. Yun Feiyang waved his hand and then looked at the members of the Yun family, saying, I'm calling everyone today to announce something. Yun Feiyang spoke while taking out a scroll. He pushed the scroll into mid-air, only to see it suspended in mid-air, slowly unfolding, and the four big characters of the Cloud and Sky Plan came into view. The Cloud Sky Plan. Chapter 5. Amazing Tribe Treatment. Bye. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Cloud Sky Plan. When the members of the Yun family saw this scroll, they were all stunned and didn't understand what the clan leader meant. The elder and others are also puzzled. Yun Feiyang said, "What is Yun Shao? One day, our Yun family will be able to stand in the 9 heavens and overlook the entire star flow world." Upon hearing Yun Feiyang's bold words, the members of the Yun family did not resonate with him. The Yun family, although listed as a first-class family alongside the 4 major families in Yancheng, is as insignificant as sand and dust in the entire star flow world. Not to mention the star flow world, the eastern continent where the Flame City is located is insignificant. Looking down at the entire world of star streams. Isn't that just a foolish dream? Even when our ancestors were alive, the members of the Yun family dared not dream such beautiful dreams. Firstly, starting from today, the monthly offerings of each tribe will increase to 10,000 spirit stones. Yun Feiyang said in a deep voice. Upon hearing these words, the elder and others, as well as the members of the Yun family, were all stunned. Offering 10,000 spirit stones on the moon. What is this concept? In the past, ordinary people only had a dozen or so spirit stones per month, and children with good cultivation talents could obtain hundreds of spirit stones. Now, the clan leader says that each clan member receives 10,000 spirit stones per month. Isn't it a hallucination? Can the family afford such a huge expenditure? Secondly, under the age of 18 and newborns, regardless of their natural abilities, can receive cultivation resources worth 1 million spirit stones. The members of the Yun family have not yet recovered from the previous shock, and Yun Feiyang's words shocked them even more. What? Did I hear you right? Under the age of 18, you can get 1 million spiritual stones for cultivation resources. I just celebrated my 19th birthday yesterday, isn't it really a loss? My son was born yesterday, did he have this good thing today? The members of the Yun family are discussing extensively. Third. Yun Feiyang said again. Upon hearing Yun Feiyang speak, the members of the Yun family quickly shut their mouths. If the children of the clan have talents such as alchemy, weapon refining, formation, or business, cultivating spiritual plants, they can also receive a special support resource worth millions of spiritual stones. Fourthly, the family holds a full realm martial arts competition once a month, and those with excellent results can also receive generous rewards. Fifthly, to motivate the children of the clan to cultivate, establish the cloud chart. The rest of the rules can be read by yourselves after the meeting. In short, there is only one thing you need to do, and that is cultivation. Endless cultivation. When the Yun family stands at the top of the clouds, it's up to you. Yun Feiyang spoke loudly. Upon hearing these words, the members of the Yun family felt their blood boil and were extremely excited. When they heard Yun Feiyang say this before, they thought it was a daydream, but now they realized that it's not a dream. With such abundant cultivation resources, why does the Yun family worry about not being able to rise? However, unlike the excited members of the Yun family, the elders all had a bitter expression on their faces. They hold high positions and all know how much wealth the Yun family has. The clan leader said it very well, but the family completely cannot support this gameplay. Elder, there are 50 million spirit stones in this storage ring. You will be responsible for implementing the Cloud Sky plan and distributing the resources to each clan member as soon as possible. Yun Feiyang threw a storage ring to Elder. The elder took the storage ring and immediately took a cold breath. 50 million spirit stones. There really is. The elder stared blankly at Yun Feiyang and couldn't help but speculate, is this something that our ancestors have saved up? Our ancestors insist on making Feiyang our clan leader. Did we have already planned it? He calmed down and said, Clan leader, even if we empty out the family treasury, we won't be able to obtain so many cultivation resources for a while. Then empty out the family treasury first and let the clan members use it before going to purchase. Also, the second and third elders come with me to the council hall. Yun Feiyang said again. Yes, the elder replied repeatedly. Conference hall. Yun Feiyang threw a storage ring to Elder San and said, the family needs to be renovated and expanded. Elder San, this matter is up to you. You only need one, and every part of the family must be covered by the Gathering Spirit formation. If there is a high level 1 in the Gathering Spirit formation, use a high level 1. Every child of the family should enjoy the bonus of the Gathering Spirit formation, understand? The third elder checked the storage ring and couldn't help but take a cold breath. He repeatedly replied, I understand, I understand. Inside the storage ring was 100 million spirit stones. He had lived for most of his life and had never seen so many spirit stones. Alright, go ahead and get busy. Yun Feiyang waved his hand. The three elders smiled foolishly and stood up to leave the conference hall. Clan leader, what do I need to do? Asked the second elder. Yun Feiyang said, I need information on several major chambers of commerce in Yancheng. The second elder used to be in charge of intelligence and was quite familiar with the power of Yancheng. Chamber of Commerce. The second elder was slightly taken aback, and then found information about several major chambers of commerce in Yancheng and placed it in front of Yun Feiyang. There are 4 major chambers of commerce in Yancheng, namely Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, Qinghe Chamber of Commerce, Bahuang Chamber of Commerce, and Dongyang Chamber of Commerce. These days, Yun Feiyang has been pondering the Cloud Sky plan. He discovered a problem: spending money is really difficult. He maximized the resources of his tribe, extensively renovated and expanded the family, but only sprinkled water. At the end of the day, the overall strength of the Yun family is relatively weak, and the strongest members of the clan are only in the later stage of the Yuanwu realm, which requires too little cultivation. In addition, Yancheng is also a small city, and the strongest members are only in the Xuanwu realm. The cultivation resources available are also limited in value. So, Yun Feiyang wanted to play something bigger. It's better to directly acquire these chambers of commerce in Yancheng. Buy. This way, obtaining resources is also more convenient, and there is no need to frequently go out and purchase. Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, Qinghe Chamber of Commerce, and Bahuang Chamber of Commerce. Yun Feiyang set his gaze on these 3 chambers of commerce. As for Dongyang Chamber of Commerce, it is not that it cannot afford to acquire, but rather that it cannot acquire. The Dongyang Chamber of Commerce has a great background and is the largest chamber of commerce in the eastern mainland. The Dongyang Chamber of Commerce in Yancheng is just a small branch. And the other 3 chambers of commerce, the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce and the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce, are local forces, while the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce has been a new emerging chamber of commerce in the vicinity of Yancheng in the past decade. As long as they provide sufficient spiritual stones, they can all be discussed. After making up his mind, Yun Feiyang and the second elder went to the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce together. At the same time, Shao family. What? The leader's arm was bitten off by a black dog. Xiao Zhanfeng returned to the Shao family, and when they saw Xiao Zhanfeng with a broken arm, they all became nervous and quickly inquired. Upon hearing this question, when Xiao Zhanfeng was bitten off by a black dog, his face was filled with surprise. Look at me, I look at you, looking at each other. How could a strong person in the perfect realm of Yuanwu be bitten off by a black dog? That's definitely not an ordinary black dog. Xiao Zhanfeng angrily said, I can feel that the black dog is at least level 6. Go and get the Fierce Beast catalog. I want to see what that black dog really is. Quickly, the guards found the Fierce Beast catalog and handed it to Xiao Zhanfeng. Xiao Zhanfeng flipped through pages one by one, and after several dozen pages, he finally saw a fierce beast that matched the characteristics of a black dog. Tearing the Sky Black Dog. It should be this beast. Xiao Zhanfeng whispered. Tearing the Sky Black Dog. The elders of the Shao family looked puzzled. As far as I know, this is a very rare ferocious beast that is extremely difficult to tame. How could the Yun family have such a ferocious beast? Who knows what kind of bad luck it took to pick it up? Xiao Zhanfeng said. If I had known there was this dog, I should have waited for my ancestor to come back and go together, said an elder from the Xiao family. Originally, the four major families believed that Yun Xiaohai had fallen, and the strongest elder of the Yun family was only in the later stage of the Yuan Wu realm. With the help of some powerful members of the Yuan Wu realm, the chiefs of the four major families could easily capture the Yun family. Unexpectedly, a tearing dark dog jumped out halfway. Xiao Zhanfeng's gaze was cold as he said, "When will the ancestor come back?" About 7 days later, an elder responded. The tearing sky-black dog is only at level 6 now. If it is allowed to grow to level 7, the consequences will be unimaginable. It must be eliminated as soon as possible. Xiao Zhanfeng said in a deep voice. Yi family. What big black dog is so powerful? Tearing the sky-black dog. How could this be possible? Chen family. That black dog turned out to be a tearing dog. Lu Jia. I never expected that the Yun family would still have such a trump card. No wonder that kid dares to make the news of Yun Xiaohai's fall public. We were all fooled by that kid. Fortunately, the bitten arm of Xiao Zhanfeng. Chapter 6. Make a free price. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. Yo. Yun Clan leader, Yun Ping elder, what brings you two here? The person in charge of the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce warmly greeted Yun Feiyang and the second elder when they arrived at the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. At the funeral of Yun Xiaohai, the embarrassing return of the four major families quickly spread in Yancheng. No one expected that the Yun family would have a backup. Even the four major families are struggling, so the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce naturally dare not underestimate the Yun family. They treat Yun Feiyang with all the necessary treatment. If the Yun family needs any resources, just say hello and I will send someone to deliver them. There's no need for the two of you to come personally, said the person in charge of the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce with a smile. Yun Feiyang said, you can't decide what I want to buy. Take me to see your president. The person in charge of the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce was taken aback by the words and didn't understand what Yun Feiyang wanted to buy. They had to take Yun Feiyang to see the president. Top level of Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. Yun Clan leader, heroes make young men. The president of the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce flattered when he saw Yun Feiyang. The president is a middle-aged man with a rather wealthy appearance. His name is Lan Yi, and Lan Yu is the name of his daughter. President Lan, you are a busy person, so I won't go around the bush. Yun Feiyang remained as straightforward as before, opening the door to the mountain path. Lan Yi smiled and said, if Chief Yun has anything to say, just say it directly. If there is any need, I, the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, will do my best to meet it. Yun Feiyang didn't hesitate and said directly, I want to acquire the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. Can you give me a price? Ah. Upon hearing this, Lan Yi couldn't help but be taken aback. He suspected that he had heard the wrong thing and asked, Cloud Clan leader, what did you just say? Yun Feiyang repeated, I said, I want to acquire the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. You can give me a price, whatever you want. Yun Clan leader, forgive me for being blunt. Although my Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce is not as good as the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce and the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce, it has been operating for 100 years and has accumulated rich experience. With the financial resources of the Yun family, I'm afraid I can't afford to acquire it. Of course, I don't underestimate the Yun family either. Even the 4 major families don't have the financial resources. Lan Yi said slowly. What Lan Yi is saying is also true. Whether it's the Yun family or the 4 major families, they have a lot of assets, but the amount of spiritual stones they can come up with is limited. It is undoubtedly unrealistic to want to completely acquire the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, which has been operating for nearly a century. I said, "You can make any price," Yun Feiyang said casually. 50 million spirit stones. Lan Yi saw the clouds flying freely on his face, and he casually offered a price. "Anyway, the Yun family definitely can't take it out." "Okay, deal." Yun Feiyang nodded and then threw a storage ring to Lan Yi. "Ah." Lan Yi took the storage ring and looked puzzled. When he saw the spirit stone in the ring, his face immediately showed surprise. There are really 50 million spirit stones. When did the Yun family become so wealthy? Moreover, 50 million spirit stones are a sky-high price casually offered by Lan Yi, and the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce itself cannot value so many spirit stones. Lan Yi just wanted to open a sky-high price that the Yun family couldn't afford, send Yun Feiyang away, and seek peace. Unexpectedly, Yun Feiyang really took out 50 million spirit stones and didn't even pay back the price at once. The moat is inhumane. Yun clan leader, there's something you probably know. Seeing Yun Feiyang take out 50 million spirit stones, Lan Yi's face turned bitter. The Yi family is one of the shareholders of the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, and they have an engagement with my daughter. Even if you take out 50 million spirit stones, I can't sell the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce to you. Lan Yi felt immense heartache at this moment. The Chamber of Commerce can sell 50 million spirit stones, he is definitely making a big profit. But he cannot easily make the decision on this matter because the Yi family once invested in the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. That's also something that can't be done. If Lan Yi wants to establish a foothold in Yancheng, it definitely cannot do without the strong family cooperation in Yancheng. It's easy to say, just give the Yi family as many spirit stones as you need. As for your daughter's engagement, everyone in Yancheng doesn't know. Your daughter opposes this marriage and cries, makes a scene, and hangs herself. Take this opportunity to terminate the engagement. Yun Feiyang proposed a simple and crude solution to the problem. Lan Yidao said, "Chief Yun, do you think I dare to offend the Yi family? I am just a wealthy person without the military support of the 5 major families. Not to mention the Yi family and the 5 major families in Yancheng, I can't afford to provoke anyone. Don't make things difficult for me." Yun Feiyang smiled and said, "Chairman Lan may have misunderstood. I came to acquire the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce this time to seek your opinion, understand? Sometimes, it is necessary to choose the side, and your choice will affect the future of the Blue family." Upon hearing these words, Lan Yi suddenly felt a chill in her heart, and a hint of fear flashed in her eyes. He used to think that Yun Feiyang was just a dandy, but now it seems that he is completely wrong. After thinking for a long time, Lan Yi said in a deep voice, "I can sell the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce to the Yun family, as long as 10 million spirit stones are enough, but I have a request that the Yun family protect the Lan family. No matter how many spirit stones there are, he still needs a life flower." Speaking of 50 million spirit stones, it means 50 million spirit stones, and the Chamber of Commerce is still managed by the Blue family, and the Yun family will also protect the Blue family, said Yun Feiyang with a satisfied expression on his face. Lan Yi felt that his brain was a bit insufficient. How could he still raise prices in business? Has the Yun family become wealthy enough to casually distribute coins? Subsequently, the two signed a contract. Yun Feiyang successfully won the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. Then, Yun Feiyang set off for the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce. Unlike the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce has suffered losses year after year due to poor management. The acquisition of the Yun family is a timely reign for the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce. Yun Feiyang had a long discussion with the president of Qinghe Chamber of Commerce. In the end, the president of Qinghe Chamber of Commerce offered 6 million spirit stones, while Yun Feiyang offered 10 million spirit stones, successfully taking the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce into his pocket. After winning the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce and the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce, it was finally the turn of the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce. The 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce is the second largest among the 4 major chambers of commerce in Yancheng, with comprehensive financial resources second only to the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce. Rumors have it that the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce has a mysterious background. Upon arriving at the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce, Yun Feiyang and Yun Ping received warm hospitality. The president of the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce has the surname Jin and the name is Jin Xian. After all, the Yun family is one of the 5 major families in Yancheng. For the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce, a big family like the Yun family is a big customer, and Jin Xian naturally dare not neglect it. Yun Feiyang, as usual, came straight to the point and explained his intention. President Jin, I want to buy the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce. Can you give me a price? What? I heard it right, bought the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce. Jin Xian looked at Yun Feiyang in surprise. Yun Feiyang said seriously, you heard me right. Before coming, I had already bought the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce and the Qinghe Chamber of Commerce. Upon hearing this, Jin Xian's face was filled with disbelief. Isn't the current Yun family in a difficult situation? Where did Lingshi buy Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce and Qinghe Chamber of Commerce? Moreover, what the Yun family currently lacks is military support. What's the use of buying the 2 major chambers of commerce? If the 4 major families are determined to divide the Yun family, will they ultimately benefit from it? Jin Xian pondered for a long time, it was really incomprehensible. Yun clan leader, to be frank, the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce is more expensive than the sum of Blue Moon and Qinghe. This price is not something the Yun family can afford, Jin Xian advised to retreat. Upon hearing Jin Xian's words, Yun Feiyang's eyes lit up and he asked, oh. Is that so? How expensive is it? President Jin, just ask for the price. The more expensive, the better. Yun clan chief should also know that the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce has multiple branches in the surrounding cities of Yan City, and all the chambers of commerce add up to at least 100 million spirit stones. Jin Xian said proudly. 1 billion spirit stones are definitely a sky-high price, far exceeding the range that various families in Yancheng can afford. It's just a small goal. Unexpectedly, Yun Feiyang smiled casually and said, I'll give you 2 small goals, 200 million spirit stones. Buy all the branches of the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce. After speaking, Yun Feiyang threw a storage ring to Jin Xian. In that storage ring, there are 200 million spirit stones. After checking the storage ring, Jin Xian was completely stunned. He is the president of the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce, and usually handles hundreds of thousands, even millions of spirit stones, which can be considered as a grand occasion. However, it is still the first time he has seen a whole 2 billion spirit stone. Watching Yun Feiyang throw 200 million spirit stones, Jin Xian was extremely puzzled. Didn't he say that Yun Shaohai fell and the Yun family was in danger? How does it look like the Yun family is more nourishing than before? Can it be said that Yun Shaohai has left a secret fund for the Yun family? However, he still couldn't understand the significance of Yun Feiyang buying the 3 major chambers of commerce. However, it has nothing to do with him to receive 200 million spirit stones. Yun clan leader is really a delightful person. In the future, the 8 Wilderness Chamber of Commerce will belong to your Yun family. Jin Xian smiled and accepted 200 million spirit stones, reaching a deal with Yun Feiyang. After all, the purpose of the Chamber of Commerce is to make money. With 2 billion yuan worth of spirit stones at once, where can we find such a lucrative business? With these 200 million spirit stones, he can open 10 more 8 Wilderness Chambers of Commerce in other cities, making a steady profit without losing. That's the decision. Yun Feiyang was also in a happy mood. The next day, a shocking news caused a huge uproar in Yancheng. Chapter 7. Establishment of Yunshao Chamber of Commerce. The four major families who complain incessantly. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce, Qinghe Chamber of Commerce, and Bahuang Chamber of Commerce are merged into one and renamed as Yunshao Chamber of Commerce. After the establishment of the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce, there have been several actions. Firstly, the cooperation with the four major families was terminated. Secondly, all cultivation resources were acquired above market price, and the goods of Dongyang Chamber of Commerce were sold out. Although Yun Feiyang cannot buy the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce, he can use his astonishing financial resources to clear all the goods on the shelves of the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce. Overnight, the entire city of Yen was facing a shortage of resources. Especially the four major families, like ants on a hot pot, constantly complaining. Shao family. Have you investigated thoroughly? What exactly is the origin of this cloud chamber of commerce? What are you saying? The controller behind the cloud chamber of commerce is the Yun family. How could this be possible? How could the Yun family possibly afford to buy the three major chambers of commerce? To buy the three chambers of commerce, at least 50 million spirit stones are needed. 50 million spirit stones. Do you know what the concept of 50 million spirit stones is? Where did the Yun family come from with so many spirit stones? Even if the Yun family sold all their property, they wouldn't be able to produce so many spirit stones. At the emergency meeting of the Shao family, Xiao Zhanfeng listened to the report from his subordinates and felt extremely impotent and irritable. Does the Yun family buy three major chambers of commerce? Xiao Zhanfeng really can't accept this matter. There are not only three major chambers of commerce in Yancheng. Can the Yun family still buy Dongyang Chamber of Commerce? For scarce resources, go to Dongyang Chamber of Commerce to purchase, said Xiao Zhanfeng. Clan leader, said an elder, the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce has been sold out by a mysterious buyer, and all the goods have been sold out. Moreover, the next batch of goods has also been pre-ordered at a high premium by that mysterious buyer. What? Xiao Zhanfeng widened his eyes. Short-selling Dongyang Chamber of Commerce. What financial resources does it take to pre-order the next batch of goods at a high premium? He can't imagine it. What is the origin of this mysterious buyer? Xiao Zhanfeng asked. The elder replied, although the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce did not disclose the identity of the mysterious buyer, some people have seen that the goods of the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce have been brought to the Yun family. The Yun family. It's the Yun family again. How could the Yun family have such financial resources? Xiao Zhanfeng felt his brain burning. Silence lasted for a long time, without coming up with a solution. Then go to other cities to purchase more spiritual stones first. It doesn't matter if you spend more, Xiao Zhanfeng said. Also, invite clan leaders Yi, Chen, and Lu to come. Yi family. Divorce. In front of Yi Xiong was a divorce letter. How dare this chubby blue guy? Who gave him the courage? This marriage certificate was naturally sent by Lan Yituo. Lan Yi is afraid that there will be no return, but he dare not come to the Yi family in person. After joining the Yun family, Lan Yi took the initiative to clear ties with the Yi family, compensate them with millions of spirit stones, and cancel their engagement. At this moment, Yi Xiong was extremely angry. The termination of cooperation between Yunshao Chamber of Commerce and the Yi family is all that matters. Even Lan Pengzi bullied the Yi family. Yi Xiong didn't care about this marriage, but Lan Yi's unilateral withdrawal was like hitting the face of the Yi family. As the head of the Yi family, this was something Yi Xiong couldn't bear. Go to the Blue family. I want to see who gave him so much courage. Yi Xiong immediately brought several strong men to the Lan family to settle accounts with Lan Yi. The Blue family mansion is very luxurious. In Yancheng, although the Blue family is not as prestigious as the 5 major families, it can still be considered a prestigious family. Captain Yi. The guard at the door saw Yi Xiong coming and quickly welcomed him. Get out of here. Yi Xiong ignored them and slammed open the door, storming in anger. Seeing Yi Xiong's furious expression, the guards dared not intervene and could only let Yi Xiong break in. Lan Yi, get out of here. Yi Xiong shouted angrily. Chief Yi, an elderly man with white hair approached and said, My master is in the Chamber of Commerce, not at home. This old man with white hair is the butler of the Blue family. Chamber of Commerce. Isn't the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce all sold out? Yi Xiong couldn't help but frown upon hearing this. The butler shook his head and said, I'm not quite sure about this, but when the master left early in the morning, he did say he was going to the Chamber of Commerce. If you dare to deceive me, you will know the end, Yi Xiong said. The butler hurriedly said, Captain Yi is joking. Even if I give the old servant 100 courage, I dare not deceive Captain Yi. Humph. Yi Xiong let out a cold snort and then left the Lan family to head to the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. To be precise, it is the Cloud Chamber of Commerce. The place is still that place, but the 4 big characters on the plaque have been replaced by the Cloud Chamber of Commerce. Yi Xiong looked up and walked in. As soon as he entered, Yi Xiong saw the busy figure of Lan Yi. Lan Yi. Yi Xiong shouted loudly. Upon hearing this, Lan Yi trembled all over, then calmed down and looked at Yi Xiong with a smile on his face, saying, Chief Yi. Explain what's going on. Isn't the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce sold? Yi Xiongji asked. Lan Yi looked around and said, That's all. The Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce has indeed been sold, but the buyer hired me at a high price to manage the Chamber of Commerce, so I am still the president here. Buyer. Yi Xiong narrowed his eyes. It's the Yun family, explained Lan Yi. Yun family. Yi Xiong only heard the news of the merger of the 3 major chambers of commerce and had not yet had time to investigate the matter. When he heard Lan Yi say the word Yun family, his face was immediately shocked. It's hard to believe that he and Xiao Zhanfeng have the same reaction. It turns out to be the Yun family. No wonder the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce terminated its cooperation with the 4 major families as soon as it merged, and no wonder you dared to withdraw. Yi Xiong gritted his teeth and said, You ungrateful thing. If it weren't for the Yi family back then, why would the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce have established itself in Yancheng? Ha ha ha, I am ungrateful. Yi Xiong, how could you say such a thing? Back then, the Yi family only produced a spiritual stone and demanded 10% of the profits from the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce. Over the years, how much profit did your Yi family extract from the Blue Moon Chamber of Commerce? Lan Yi retorted. Yi Xiong ignored Lan Yi and waved his hand, gesturing for his subordinates to move forward. Don't worry, today is just a lesson for you. I won't kill you, I will save your life and show you how wrong your decision is. Yi Xionghan said in a cold voice. As the words fell, his subordinates surrounded Lan Yi. Just as he was about to take action, suddenly a voice came. Yi Clan Chief, in my Cloud Chamber of Commerce, it's not your turn for the Yi family to act recklessly. I saw Yun Ping, the second elder of the Yun family, slowly walking with a black dog. When Yi Xiong saw the black dog, a scene from the funeral hall suddenly came to his mind, and his heart was filled with fear. Humph. Let's go. Yi Xiong let out a low moan, then led his subordinates around the black dog and left the Cloud Chamber of Commerce. How could Yi Xiong be afraid of this black dog? What breed is this black dog? I'll buy one too, said Lan Yi puzzled. Yun Ping said, It's just an ordinary black dog, but Yi Xiong is not afraid of the black dog you bought. In fact, the dog led by Yun Ping was not the Tearing Sky Black Dog, it was just that Yi Xiong naturally associated it with the Tearing Sky Black Dog. Let's keep this dog in the Chamber of Commerce, it can intimidate the four major families, Yun Ping said. Ah. To intimidate the four major families. Lan Yi looked puzzled. Can a dog intimidate the four major families? Yun family, that's really a good trick. Is this Yun Feiyang, who used to look like a playboy, pretending? But how could the Yun family have such amazing financial resources after acquiring the three major chambers of commerce? And where exactly did that black dog come from? After leaving the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce, Yi Xiong's thoughts were constantly on the five major families. Despite having similar financial resources, the Yun family leapt over their heads and blocked their access to resources. Who can accept this? However, both Yi Xiong and Xiao Zhanfeng thought too much. The Yun family's move was not intended to target the four major families, but simply to prioritize the supply of resources to the Yun family members. As for the four major families, what little Karami, Yun Feiyang really didn't take it seriously. The Chen and Lu families were also shocked to learn that the actual controller of the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce was the Yun family. Xiao family. In the conference hall, the four major tribal leaders gathered together. I believe everyone understands the current situation, Xiao Zhanfeng said solemnly. The Yun family monopolizes Yancheng and all the resources around Yancheng. Not long ago, the elder in charge of purchasing resources from the outer city returned home and informed Xiao Zhanfeng that the cultivation resources in the outer city had also been purchased out. Where did the Yun family come from with such financial resources? Exclaimed the head of the Qin family. It's pointless to dwell on this issue now, Xiao Zhanfeng said. What should be discussed is how to solve this problem. In the star flow world, for cultivators, cultivation resources are like food and water, they are essential items. Although all four major families have treasure troves that can sustain them for a period of time, if they continue, it will be extremely painful for them. Isn't it easy to solve this problem? Yi Xiong's gaze was full of greed, and he said, everyone work together to destroy the Yun family. All resources belong to us. We share equally. The four clan elders looked at each other and all nodded. In their eyes, no matter how wealthy the Yun family is, they are just a fat sheep waiting to be slaughtered. Xiao Zhanfeng convened this meeting with the intention of forming an alliance among the four major families and working together to deal with the Yun family, instead of each having their own ulterior motives, a discordant face and heart, and speaking out without making any effort as before. My ancestors will come back from the royal city 6 days later, and at that time, they will wipe out the Yun family in one fell swoop. Xiao Zhanfeng said in a deep voice. Chapter 8. Kalinzi. Family Branch. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yun family. Name. Yun Mengyu. Gender. Female. Age. 18 years old. Realm. Mid-stage of Qi gathering. Realm talent. Yellow level physical constitution. Mortal body. Name. Yun Menghai. Gender. Male. Age. 22. Realm. Late stage of Qi gathering. Realm talent. Yellow level physical constitution. Mortal body. Name. Yun Mengfeng. Gender. Male. Age. 16. Realm. Late stage of Qi gathering. Realm talent. Xian level physical constitution. Mortal body. After Yun Feiyang established the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce, he became the shopkeeper and entrusted the affairs of the chamber to the second elder. After all, the purpose of the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce was not to make money. For him, the most important thing was still the cultivation of his family's children. Through the system, he can see the attribute panel of each family's children, and can intuitively see the age, realm, talent, and physique of each clan member. After watching for a long time, Yun Feiyang couldn't help but sigh. The talent level is divided into heaven, earth, and dark yellow. Among the members of the Yun family, the best talent is only the dark level talent. Although their cultivation speed can be greatly accelerated with unlimited cultivation resources and spirit-gathering arrays, it is ultimately difficult for them to become outstanding among people. Just as Yun Feiyang sighed, a message suddenly popped up in front of him. The family gave birth to the Kirin son. Name: Nun gender. Male age: 0 realm. Nun talent: heavenly level constitution. Spiritual body, Feng Shui double spiritual body. Yun Feiyang's expression suddenly shook. Among the people, dragons and phoenixes, aren't they here? Elder, go ask who gave birth to a boy today. Yun Feiyang ordered. Although the elder was puzzled in his heart, he had no hesitation about Yun Feiyang's command at this moment and quickly went to inquire. After a long time, the elder returned to Yun Feiyang and shook his head, saying, "Everyone asked, no child was born today. No one has a child." Yun Fei frowned and suddenly asked, "Are there any branches of our family outside?" Upon hearing this, the elder thought for a moment and replied, "There is a branch. Over 100 years ago, a tribe member made a mistake and was expelled by the ancestors. It seems like they are living in a small town, and that branch comes to Yanqing every few years in an attempt to gain forgiveness from the ancestors." Upon hearing these words, Yun Feiyang couldn't help but show a happy expression on his face. For him, suddenly discovering such a branch is a good thing. The larger the family base, the greater the probability of giving birth to a genius, and the more realm values he will gain in the future. "Could you please lead the way, elder?" Yun Feiyang said. The elder was worried and said, "If we leave, what will the family do?" "There is a small black in the family, so there is no need to worry about the big elder," Yun Feiyang said. Xiaohe is the name that Yun Feiyang gave to the tearing sky-black dog. Thinking of the fierce little black, the elder couldn't help but nod. Shishui Town. This is a remote town, nearly 1,000 miles away from Yanqing. Yun Feiyang and the elder rode spirit beasts and arrived at Shishui Town in less than an hour. There is a Yun family in the town, which is not small in scale and has nearly 100 ethnic groups. It has a considerable reputation in the town. Yun Feiyang and the elder went directly to the Yun family in Shishui Town. The head of this branch, who had been to Yanqing more than 10 years ago, was not unfamiliar with the elder. When he saw the elder himself, he was extremely excited and quickly warmly welcomed him. Although this branch has some prestige in Shishui Town, their greatest wish is still to recognize their ancestors and return to Yanqing. Although the person who was expelled back then has already been buried, this legacy has been inherited by future generations. I never expected that the elder would personally come to Shishui Town. If there is anything, you can send someone to notify us for life, and we will do it ourselves. The head of this branch is named Yun Tianlei. Yun Tianlei appeared extremely humble in front of the elder, while Yun Feiyang, who was too young, was ignored by Yun Tianlei. The elder said, "Let me introduce you. This is the new clan leader of our Yun family." "What? The new clan leader?" Yun Tianlei's face immediately showed shock upon hearing this, and then quickly knelt down to the ground towards Yun Feiyang, saying, "Yun Tianlei pays respects to the clan leader." Yun Feiyang waved his hand and said, "Get up. The Japanese chieftain has 2 things to do when he comes here today. Whatever the matter is, the clan leader is free to say, and we will definitely follow suit," said Yun Tianlei. "I ask you, today, is your branch still having children born?" Yun Feiyang asked. Yun Tianlei nodded and said, "Yes." "Bring that child over and let me take a look," Yun Feiyang said. Yun Tianlei's face was full of confusion. How could a new clan leader care about a newborn child? The elder said, "What are you waiting for? Why don't you go?" "Yes, yes." Yun Tianlei replied repeatedly. Not long after, I picked up a child. Yun Feiyang looked at the child, and the previous panel appeared before his eyes. Name: Nun gender. Male age. 0 realm. None talent. Heavenly level constitution. Spiritual body, feng shui double spiritual body, it's really this little guy, Yun Feiyang said with a relieved expression on his face. Yun Tianlei doesn't know what the new clan leader means, but judging from his expression, it should be a good thing. You haven't named it yet, have you? Yun Feiyang said. I didn't get up, Yun Tianlei said. Please give me a name, clan leader. At first glance, this little guy looks like a dragon among people. He can definitely support the clouds in the future, so call him Qing Shao, Yun Feiyang said. Qing Shao, Yunqingxiu. This name is good, thanks to the clan chief for giving it a name. Yun Tianlei couldn't help but smile when he heard Yun Feiyang's evaluation. The elder looked at the baby in swaddling clothes. He was well aware that Yun Feiyang had come to Shishui town specifically for this child. The second thing, this one of you can go home now. Everyone, return to Yancheng as soon as possible. Yun Feiyang said again. What? Upon hearing this, Yun Tianlei was completely stunned. Returning to the Flame City and recognizing one's ancestors is the lifelong wish of Yun Tianlei. He never expected that the new clan leader would forgive the guilt of their branch and let them return to the Flame City. Thank you, clan leader, reminded the elder. Thank you for the favor of the clan leader. Yun Tianlei immediately knelt down and thanked him. Yun Feiyang said, Qing Shao, I'll take you back to Yancheng first. You guys pack up and go back with the elder as soon as possible. Yes, clan leader. Yun Tianlei said. Return to Yancheng. Screaming, Yun Feiyang poured spiritual liquid into a wooden barrel. Then put Yun Qing Shao into a wooden bucket and soak her whole body in spiritual liquid. As the saying goes, cultivation should start from a child. Why can the children of those royal families win at the starting line and their cultivation progress far exceeds that of their peers? It is precisely because from the moment of birth, we have obtained resources that ordinary people cannot imagine. We have been immersed in spiritual fluids since childhood, improving our physical fitness, and taking natural materials and treasures to strengthen our physical fitness, laying a solid foundation. For example, this spiritual liquid. This bucket of spiritual liquid, worth millions of spiritual stones, was bought by Yun Feiyang at a high price from the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce. If it were for the Yun family in the past, they would not be able to afford it and wouldn't even dare to think about it. If only the ancestor could live a few more days, his descendants would finally have someone who can be called the proud son of heaven. However, this proud son of heaven was actually born among the descendants of the person who was expelled by his ancestors back then, and he was also manipulated by fate. Yun Feiyang looked at Yun Qing Shao and couldn't help but sigh. Chief, President Yang is here. A voice came from outside the door. Yun Feiyang said, please invite President Yang to come in. The President Yang in his mouth is the president of Dongyang Chamber of Commerce, named Yang Shuiyue. Yang Shuiyue was a woman with a seductive figure, twisting her waist like a water snake and walking in. Yun Feiyang said, President Yang has some stock now. Yang Shuiyue shook the ring in her hand and said, for the sake of these pills, I almost broke my leg. How do Yun clan leader plan to compensate him? It's easy to say, Yun Feiyang chuckled lightly. I'm willing to pay double the price for these pills. Yun clan leader is such a delightful person. Doing business with Yun clan leader is really enjoyable, Yang Shuiyue said with great satisfaction, and then handed the ring to Yun Feiyang. Yang Shuiyue has been in charge of Dongyang Chamber of Commerce for many years, but she has never seen someone as generous as Yun Feiyang. It's just not about bargaining, it's all about premium trading. Although Yang Shuiyue was also puzzled in her heart as to where the Yun family's spiritual stone came from, she was too lazy to think too much, after all, as long as the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce could make money. Yun Feiyang took the ring, counted some pills inside, and nodded. The pills inside are all helpful in enhancing strength, such as the body-quenching pill, chi-gathering pill, transformation pill, and spirit transformation pill, all of which are intended for the clan members. Although it is taboo to promote growth by pulling out seedlings along the way of cultivation, many members of the clan have limited talents. If you don't pull out seedlings, the seedlings won't grow at all. It is better to directly let those members with poor talents take elixirs to quickly improve their strength and achieve the best of both worlds. Why don't you have the Xianling pill? Yun Feiyang asked. The Xianling pill that Yun clan leader wants cannot be obtained with my current permissions. However, I know there is an auction where there must be Xianling pills that Yun clan leader needs. In addition to Xianling pills, there are also many rare treasures. If Yun clan leader has time, you can go and take a look, Yang Shueiyue said. Chapter 9. I'm not dreaming, am I? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xianling Dan is a very precious pill, and its main efficacy, in simple terms, can help cultivators in the Yuanwu realm ascend to the Xuanwu realm. Of course, simply increasing the probability does not necessarily guarantee a breakthrough. However, despite this, the Xianling pill is still expensive and extremely rare. Although Yang Shueiyue is the sub-president of Dongyang Chamber of Commerce, the internal hierarchy of Dongyang Chamber of Commerce is strict, and only by reaching a certain level can he handle goods with higher value. The Dongyang Chamber of Commerce is divided into 5 levels, with the highest level being the General President, followed by the Branch President located in the Imperial Capital, followed by the Branch President in the Imperial Capital, the Main City Branch President, and finally the Small City Branch President. Yancheng, belonging to the Qingyu dynasty, is a small town on the edge of the Qingyu dynasty. Yang Shueiyue's rank within the Dongyang Chamber of Commerce is self-evident. Of course, there are levels and promotion mechanisms in place. As long as the transaction volume reaches a certain level, you can have the opportunity to advance. So, Yang Shueiyue is so devoted to Yun Feiyang, this big customer. She has been operating in Yancheng for many years, and the combined transaction volume is not comparable to trading with Yun Feiyang once. Of course, she has to hold on to this kind of super tycoon in her palm. The auction. Yun Feiyang couldn't help but brighten up when he heard these 3 words. Yang Shueiyue's words reminded him. Auctions can both consume a large amount of spirit stones and obtain treasures, making it a win-win situation. Half a month later, an auction will be held in Qingshan City, Yang Shueiyue explained when she saw Yun Feiyang's expression of interest. Qingshan City is one of the 9 main cities of the Qingyu dynasty, thousands of miles away from Yancheng. If Chief Yun wants to go, I can help you get an admission ticket, Yang Shueiyue said again. The auction has a very high threshold, and not everyone can enter. There are 2 ways to enter the auction. One is to receive an invitation letter from the auction official, and the other is to pay a high price to purchase admission tickets. The so-called admission ticket is actually a test of financial resources. In terms of Yun Feiyang's current financial situation, participating in the auction is not a problem. Yang Shueiyue's move is also a way to give Yun Feiyang a smooth sailing relationship, bringing the 2 closer together, in order to reach a bigger deal in the future. Yun Feiyang arched his hand towards Yang Shueiyue and said, "Then please ask Yang Huichang." Not long after, the branch of Shishui town arrived at Yancheng. At the entrance of the city, nearly 100 people lined up in a long dragon and entered the city in an orderly manner. Looking at the flame city in front of him, Yun Tianlei was extremely excited and couldn't help but say, "Grandfather, have you seen it? We have finally returned to our family. You, the spirit of heaven, can rest in peace now." Seeking forgiveness from their ancestors and returning to Yancheng to recognize their ancestors is their lifelong wish. Now, this goal has finally been achieved. After returning to the family, the elder settled them down and included them in the Cloud Sky plan according to Yun Feiyang's instructions. The Yancheng tribe had many things, just like the Shishui town branch. Firstly, starting from today, the monthly offerings for each tribe will increase to 10,000 spirit stones. Secondly, under the age of 18 and newborns, regardless of their natural abilities, can receive cultivation resources worth 1 million spirit stones. There's more later, I won't read it anymore. Let's watch it for ourselves when we have time. The elder informed Yun Tianlei of the family's cloud plan. What? Each person receives 10,000 spirit stones per month. Under the age of 18, can one obtain millions of spiritual stones for cultivation resources? Oh my goodness! I'm not dreaming, am I? Yun Tianlei looked flattered and surprised. He never dreamed that after returning to his family, his treatment would be so incredible. What is the concept of each tribe offering 10,000 spirit stones per month? Yun Tianlei is really unimaginable, because his family's total annual income in Shishui town is only less than 100,000 spirit stones, and each clan member only receives a few spirit stones per month. After returning to the family, the treatment of the clan members can be said to have increased by tens of thousands of times. It's simply the difference between heaven and earth. Thank you, elder. Yun Tianlei quickly knelt down to the elder and respectfully thanked him. The people behind Yun Tianlei also knelt down in unison and shouted, "Thank you, elder." The elder waved his hand and said, "If you want to thank me, thank the clan leader." This cloud plan was formulated by the clan leader himself, and he also asked you to come back. He only has one requirement for the clan members, which is to practice hard. Practice hard. Do you understand? Understood. We will definitely devote our lives to cultivation. We will not let down the resources of our family. Yun Tianlei replied repeatedly. Moreover, Yanqing is not like Shishui town, where there are many constraints, said the elder. Yun Tianlei said, "Don't worry, elder. We won't cause trouble for our family." Clan level value. 1.45 million. Clan leader realm. In the early stage of Xuanwu realm, Yun Feiyang looked at the realm value. Since the implementation of the Cloud Sky plan, the realm value has also grown rapidly, increasing by over 100,000 in just a few days. As the family gradually steps onto the right track, this speed will only get faster and faster, and it won't take much time to reach the mid-stage of Xuanwu realm. The Cloud Sword wind broke through to the middle stage of the Yuanwu realm, increasing the realm value by 100,000. The total realm value of the clan members was 1.55 million. Suddenly, a message appeared before Yun Feiyang's eyes. Cloud Sword wind. Suddenly, Yun Feiyang's eyes lit up, as if he had discovered a new gameplay. Strictly speaking, Yun Jianfeng is not a member of the Yun family. He was a lonely child that Yun Xiaohai encountered while traveling outside. He brought him back to the family, changed his name to Yun Jianfeng, and became Yun Feiyang's father, Yun Chen's personal attendant. Later, Yun Chen disappeared, and Yun Jianfeng remained at the Yun family, responsible for protecting Yun Feiyang in the dark. Due to too many previous events, Yun Feiyang did not notice this detail. Now that Yun Jianfeng has broken through, Yun Feiyang has only noticed. Can systems, non-members of the Cloud family, also be included in realm values? Yun Feiyang asked. System. Yes, but it requires absolute loyalty to the family. In other words, the Yun family can recruit servants, as long as they are absolutely loyal to the Yun family, they can be counted towards the realm value. In Yun Feiyang's mind, an idea slowly emerged, and the corner of his mouth slightly raised. Later, he arrived at Yun Jianfeng's residence. Clan leader. Yun Jianfeng, who had just completed his cultivation, quickly paid his respects when he saw Yun Feiyang approaching. Yun Feiyang said, "Uncle Feng doesn't need to be so polite." Although Yun Jianfeng was a servant of Yun Chen never considered him a servant, and they were all referred to as brothers. After all, they grew up together since childhood. Speaking of which, Yun Feiyang also grew up under the guidance of Yun Jianfeng. When Yun Feiyang caused trouble in the past, Yun Jianfeng helped to calm many things. Yun Feiyang also referred to Yun Jianfeng as Uncle Feng. Congratulations to Uncle Feng for breaking through to the mid-stage of the Yuan Wu realm, said Yun Feiyang. Yun Jianfeng said, it's all thanks to the blessings of the clan chief. This is not flattering. Yun Feiyang has invested billions of spirit stones and acquired 3 major chambers of commerce to fully support the Yun family, and Yun Jianfeng has also gained a lot of resources. If it weren't for these cultivation resources, Cloud Sword Wind would definitely not be able to break through. Is there something to do with the clan leader? If there is something, it doesn't matter. Yun Jianfeng knew that after Yun Feiyang became the clan leader, he was quite busy. If there were no arrangements, he would definitely not come to him. Yun Feiyang looked at Yun Jianfeng and said, there is indeed something that Uncle Feng needs to do. He threw a storage ring to Yun Jianfeng. Nowadays, the family urgently needs talents, and here are 10 million spirit stones. I need you to hold a martial arts competition to attract idol cultivators from Yancheng. There is only one requirement for recruitment, which is to be loyal to the Yun family. Yun Feiyang said. Chapter 10. Breakthrough in Realm. Wanbei comprehends the imperial level technique. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next day. After acquiring the 3 major chambers of commerce and merging them into the Yunshao Chamber of Commerce, the Yun family launched a sensational event in Yancheng. In order to expand their family's strength, the Yun family threw millions of spirit stones and planned to hold an unprecedented city-wide martial arts competition in Yancheng. All free cultivators above the spirit martial arts realm in Yancheng are eligible to participate, regardless of age, and as long as they register, they can receive a minimum participation reward of 100 spirit stones. If you perform outstandingly in the martial arts competition and swear allegiance to the Yun family, there will be rewards of several 100,000 to several million spirit stones. As soon as the news spread, the whole city was immediately caused a sensation. In just 1 hour, nearly 10,000 people signed up to participate in the martial arts competition, which was incredibly popular. There's no way, the Yun family has given too much. For most mediocre casual cultivators, the difficulty of obtaining cultivation resources is very high, and it is not an easy task to join various forces as disciples to obtain resources. If the resources of the 5 major families in Yancheng are not enough for the distribution of clan members, how can they spend a lot of money to support their disciples? Those who are too strong to support, those who are weak, there is no need for that. Most casual cultivators are faced with a situation where high cannot be achieved and low cannot be achieved. Who wouldn't want to cool down under a big tree? At present, the Flame City competition held by the Yun family is an excellent opportunity. Although the people of Yancheng all believe that the Yun family will face a disaster of annihilation in the future, joining the Yun family is not a wise move, but people die for wealth and birds die for food. Faced with the millions of spirit stones thrown by the Yun family, they are willing to fight with fate. The 4 major families were also extremely shocked to learn about this matter. They really can't figure it out. The Yun family is acquiring 3 major chambers of commerce, expanding their family, and now they are holding a martial arts competition with millions of spirit stones. In just a few days, they have smashed nearly 1 billion spirit stones, which seem like they can't spend all of them. Shao family. The 4 major tribal chiefs convened an emergency meeting again and gathered together. The Yun family first blocked our channels for obtaining resources, and now they are recruiting troops and horses on a large scale. If we let them continue to develop, the consequences are unimaginable. We cannot watch the Yun family grow so strong, Yi Xiong said first. That's right, time waits for no one. The longer you wait, the more you miss the opportunity. Let's go to war. The Chen and Lu family leaders agreed one after another. Xiao Zhanfeng, on the other hand, said, what kind of martial arts competition in Yancheng is just a mob? What is casual cultivation? Without talent or resources, the actual combat power is the lowest in the same realm. Once a battle breaks out, these casual cultivators are likely to be on the defensive. What's there to worry about? Yi Xiong said, if these rabble people all stand on the side of the Yun family and receive training, it will be extremely difficult to deal with. Brother Shao, we really can't continue to wait any longer. The truth is that if it's too late, there will be change. I believe Brother Shao also understands. Upon hearing these words, Shao Zhanfeng couldn't help but frown. He also wanted to go to war against the Yun family, but the ancestor of the Shao family has not returned yet. If war were to break out at this time, it would be extremely detrimental to the distribution of benefits for the Shao family after destroying the Yun family. After all, if we were to go to war against the Yun family at this time, the Yi family, Chen family, and Lu family would all mobilize the strong members of the Xuanwu realm in their clan. The more power they put in, the more resources they would naturally obtain. The reason why Shao Zhanfeng wants to wait for the return of his ancestors before starting a war is because of the issue of resource allocation. The Shao family's plan is also understood by the other three families. But now, the Yun family is taking frequent actions. On the one hand, the resources of the four major families have been cut off, and almost all chambers of commerce in and around Yanqing have been swept away by the Yun family. The four major families are facing the risk of running out of food. On the other hand, the Yun family is growing stronger through various means. Once the Yun family gains momentum, the scale of victory will approach the Yun family. They can't wait any longer. If the Shao family doesn't want to participate in the war, we won't force it. With the strength of our three major families, we can still destroy the Yun family, Yi Xiong said in a low voice, no longer leaving room for Shao Zhanfeng to negotiate. Upon hearing this, Shao Zhanfeng had no choice but to say, Chief Yi, please give me a time. Yi Xiong said, tomorrow morning. He paused for a moment, looked at the crowd, and said, this battle is very important. I hope everyone will do their best. The Yanqing competition is proceeding in an orderly manner. On the first day of the martial arts competition, the Yun family absorbed 29 scattered cultivators. Among these 20.9 scattered cultivators, 3 are in the Yuanwu realm, while the remaining 20.6 are in the Lingwu realm. Although these scattered cultivators have mediocre strength and the same level of floor tile combat power, Yun Feiyang does not care. For him, as long as it is in the early stage of the Yuanwu realm, he can obtain 100,000 realm values. In the middle stage of the Yuanwu realm, you can obtain 200,000 realm values. In the eyes of the four major families, these scattered cultivators, known as the rabble, are treasures in the eyes of Yun Feiyang. 3 new cultivators from the Yuanwu realm have been added to the family, earning 300,000 realm points. 26 new cultivators from the Lingwu realm have been added, earning 520,000 realm points. Added a total of 820,000 realm values. The total realm value of the clan members is 2.37 million. The realm value has exceeded 2 million, congratulations to the host for breaking through to the mid-stage of the Xuanwu realm. Yun Feiyang looked at the skyrocketing realm value and felt happy. As the realm value exceeded 2 million, his strength also broke through to the mid-stage of the Xuanwu realm. Having an empty realm is not enough, but one still needs to cultivate one's martial arts skills. In recent days, Yun Feiyang has been paying attention to family matters and has not practiced any martial arts. At this moment, taking advantage of his leisure time, Yun Feiyang took out the imperial level cultivation technique, 5 elements transforming into heaven technique, that was compensated by the system and began to cultivate it. The higher the level of cultivation, the more difficult it is to cultivate and comprehend, and the longer it takes. Normally, it takes decades for even a genius to fully comprehend an imperial-level martial arts technique. But for Yun Feiyang, who has 10,000 times the intelligence, it only takes a few days to cultivate an imperial-level skill. The 5 elements transformation technique has 7 layers, and overnight, Yun Feiyang fully understood the first 2 layers. When the cultivation method is in operation, he can clearly feel that the spiritual energy of the 5 elements is gathering around him, and no matter how much spiritual energy is consumed, it can be replenished in a short period of time. This is too incredible. Is this an imperial-level technique? Yun Feiyang felt the majestic spiritual energy all over his body, feeling incredibly exhilarating and also amazed by the speed of his recovery. What concept is this? In terms of the prefecture-level martial arts technique Kaishan Zhan, practiced by Yun Xiaohai, the ancestor of the Yun family, to use it once consumes half of Yun Xiaohai's spiritual power. When used twice, the spiritual power in the body is depleted, and the recovery speed of ground-level techniques is slow. Even with the help of pills, it is impossible to recover more than half of the spiritual power in a short period of time. But for Yun Feiyang, who has practiced the 5 elements transformation technique, he can continue to use the open mountain slash. Yun Feiyang also comprehended the Kaishan slash, which is a prefecture-level martial arts skill. Compared to the imperial-level martial arts, it is extremely easy to comprehend, and in less than an hour, one can reach the level of great achievement. He turned his palm into a knife and waved it casually, only to see the blade flickering and the huge stones in the courtyard shattering with a loud bang. Clan leader, something's wrong. The 4 major families, the 4 major families. Just then, a hurried voice came from outside the hospital.